Hey, what is going on, everybody? Good morning. Want to do something different today, being a chef and coming to think about it. I eat just about everything now, but I was kind of, my brother actually eats a lot more foods now. He didn't eat hardly anything as a child. Like my daughter lives on like less than 10 food items. I'm hoping she'll get better when she gets older. But some of the things my brother, because he's like 3 years younger than me, so he's like almost 37. Some of the things I hear about him eating now, like holy shit! Like when did you start eating fish? When did you start eating the spaghetti, vegetables? A lot of kids don't like vegetables. I was a little fussier when I was younger, but I was always the better eater than my brother. So I do these on Facebook too, a lot of fun. Favorite foods, least favorite foods. I wanted to go over. I think I saw a post on this once. It was like the foods that you eat now that you hated as a child. I have a little collection of foods, a list of foods here that I love now, didn't like as a child. So I will dive right in. So other than like, I think I like corn. I think I occasionally ate peas. I liked baked potatoes and mashed potatoes, but I really did not like vegetable. I did eat vegetable soup. I did eat soups that had vegetables, but like even like plain roasted vegetables, or even like raw veg. But even now, like I don't really care for raw vegetables. I prefer my vegetables cooked, but I think beets are like the only vegetables I don't like, but I like all vegetables. I'm so in love with them, and that is good because they are so good for you. Other than like, I think I didn't like seafood. I'm still not huge on seafood. I like it. I just happen to be a lot more of a meat lover. There are some seafoods that I don't like. I'm not very huge on. I do love salmon, but I'm not really huge on fish. I love crustaceans and some of the shellfish. Like I don't like oysters. I don't like mussels, but I love clams, like steamed clams, stuffed clams. Manhattan, New England clam chowder. New England's the creamy style chowder, and then Manhattan is like the tomato style, base style, more of a stocky soup. I love them both. But yeah, I love clams. I love like crab cakes, crab legs, crab in general. Love lobster. Love shrimp and scallops. Just love salmon. I used to like tilapia. And tilapia is very mild smelling and tasting fish, but then I guess a lot of, is it all or most of the tilapia? I think it's either China or Japan. And someone said, oh, be very skeptical about eating anything from China or Japan. And I think all of our tilapia comes from one of those countries. And I did love tilapia, but then someone said, like, oh, that the water that tilapia comes out of, like, it's not a good fish to eat because I guess the bodies of water that the tilapia comes out of, they found like traces. I don't know if they just don't have good regulations over there with how they grow, how they raise things, but I guess the water that the tilapia comes out of, there's like traces of sewage in there. So I'm like, ugh. So I have not. I used to love tilapia, but I have not eaten it for years. But yeah, salmon is my favorite fish. So yeah, I wasn't very big on seafood when I was younger. Didn't really like. So there was a cover that. Didn't really like fruit. Didn't like any fruit. Um, I love cheese. Always have loved cheese, but for some reason, until I was in high school, I always loved hamburgers. But I never, for some reason, like having a cheeseburger, having cheese on a hamburger. That just sounded kind of odd to me, even though I saw a lot of people doing it. But I think in home economics class, the chef instructor was grilling off cheeseburgers one day. She just assumed everyone wanted cheese. I'm like, oh, well, I forgot to ask for it with no cheese. I'm like, oh, I'll try it. I was like a freshman in high school, 15, almost 16. I'm like, oh man, this is like to die for. Like, why was I passing up on the cheeseburgers for all these years? And I didn't eat salads until I was in high school. I think I like vinegar. As a child, because my mom used to, she loves like vinaigrette dressings. And my brother and I, like, we both used to think that salads were so gross because my mom liked vinaigrette dressings, and vinegar obviously is pretty smelly. So I think my brother and I, we both got like grossed out by the smell of the vinegar. So yeah, I didn't really start to eat salads until I was in high school. Didn't really care for. I liked frozen yogurt. I think I started eating that when I was like 11 years old because it's kind of like ice cream. But I don't think I started eating yogurt like for breakfast until real, not frozen yogurt, but like regular yogurt until I was maybe like a senior in high school, and turned out to be pretty good. The next one, I'm really surprised. A lot of people like gravy. It's weird because I can't imagine having, because turkey is pretty dry. I can't believe that I used to eat turkey with no gravy. But I didn't like gravy on anything. I didn't like gravy on roast beef or turkey or mashed potatoes, stuffing, anything like that. But I love gravy now, which isn't really a good thing because gravy's pretty high in calories. But oh yeah, gravy's the bomb. And look at me, red hair, freckles, and an Irish son of a bitch. When I was younger, even when I was in college, out of college, I did not like corned beef and cabbage. Weird, but I love it now. I didn't. Oh yeah, coleslaw was. I couldn't stand coleslaw when I was younger. I love coleslaw now. And it was a cabbage thing again. Just the smell. Cabbage does smell pretty nasty, but it's tastes great. I think it's really good for you. And this is another one, meatloaf. I think you got to make it right, which I make it right. A lot of people make meatloaf pretty nasty, like a lot of the meatloafs out there, like TV dinners. The meatloaf you get in a cafeteria, pretty nasty. And even some upscale restaurants, the way they make meatloaf, it just looks like dog food. But yeah, if you make it right with real good, expensive meat, and you put a good, you do some tricks to it. There's some tricks, seasoning it right and making sure that it's not dry, making sure it's moist but not too moist, and definitely the glaze that you put on top of it makes a big difference. So yeah, I love meatloaf. I make a good, I make mine with beef, and I make a good, sort of like a barbecue sauce. It's like a ketchup glaze. It's mostly ketchup, but it also has like brown sugar, mustard, and that Worcestershire sauce. Pretty good glaze. You put it on there. The last like 15-20 minutes of cooking, and it's good by itself. But when you serve that with, I put that on the mashed potatoes too, the baked potatoes with the meatloaf. But it's good by itself, the gravy. But man, when you put that on the meatloaf, and it kind of caramelizes the last 15-20 minutes, half hour, it has an even better flavor. So it's meatloaf, and I love food on the grill. Absolutely love it. Everything. I mean, sausages, hot dogs, seafood, steak, burgers, chicken, pork chops, ribs. I grill a lot, especially being in Arizona. You can grill all year round. But for some reason, I do have a gas grill. I love both food off the gas. Charcoal grill food does taste a lot better, even though it's not good. It's prone to, supposedly there's like evidence that suggests that eating food off a charcoal grill can cause cancer. But I definitely want to invest. I just have a gas grill now, but eventually I want to invest in a charcoal grill. It does have a better flavor, even though the gas grill is more convenient. You can control the heat better, and it's just more convenient. You don't have to use like a charcoal. It starts up a lot faster. You don't have to wait. So for some reason, food on the grill just didn't appeal to me when I was younger. I don't know if it just grossed me out or just the smell of it. Another thing I love, it's like my favorite dessert now, cheesecake. I thought cheesecake was disgusting, even as a teenager. Like cheese, made into like a cake with sugar and vanilla, sour cream, and like yuck. Eggs. Next one is Chinese food. Besides Mary, that's like a Chinese and Mexican. They're like my two favorite. Besides American food, I think it's like Thai, second place. Both Chinese and Mexican food. But I think it was the smell that kind of grossed me out. And of course, I didn't like vegetables when I was younger. A lot of Chinese food, stir fries. You get your vegetables, your peppers, your carrots, things like that, onions, and I love vegetables now. So I think that's the main reason I didn't like Chinese food when I was a kid. Next one is, I always loved steak, but my mom always made it like well done, which I did like it. I didn't even know, I thought it was like chicken, pork, that it had to be cooked all the way through. But my aunt was babysitting for me one day, and she made my brother and I, she likes her meat medium rare. So she cooked, I think, like New York strip steaks medium rare for us. And I thought it was just to die for. And I'm like, oh, Mom, like, you gotta talk to Aunt Barbara about how she made steak. I was like 11 years old, or 10. 10 years old at the time, almost 11. Like, yeah, you gotta talk to Aunt Barbara, ask her how she made steak. It was great. I was describing it. I said, yeah, it didn't look, brown like yours. It was kind of like, reddish, pinkish, and there was blood oozing out. And my mom's like, oh, gross. But like, oh yeah, she probably cooked the steak like medium rare or medium. And turns out that's what it was. And from that point on, that's how I eat my steak and my burgers, medium rare. Yummy. Absolutely yummy. So, yeah, I talked about vinegar. I didn't really like vinegar as a kid growing up, but yeah, vinegar is, love it now. Nuts, I didn't like nuts. Love nuts now. Tomatoes, now I'm not really a fan of raw tomatoes. I really I really like my tomatoes cooked. The only way I really like tomatoes raw is if it's like salsa, like pico de gallo, Mexican salsa, things like that. But yeah, like I won't have like a raw, like a sliced tomato on like a burger or a chicken breast sandwich. That's just, I don't really care for raw tomatoes unless they're like cut up real small, mixed with something else, like I said, like a salsa or bruschetta, pico de gallo, something like that. And then I always loved ribs, but other than ribs, I didn't like pork tenderloin. I didn't like pork roast, pork chops. But yeah, I wasn't a fan of pork as a child. So that covers my list. And thank you so much for watching. I'd like to hear some of your comments about maybe some of the foods that you didn't like growing up that you love now. So yeah, give me some feedback. Drop me a comment. Comment, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you all real soon with another interesting video. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.